Good morning. Yes, this is me. You may not recognize me. I actually changed my shirt. I was making it a point, actually, I didn't say, but not to. I hadn't changed my clothes in weeks, and I maybe wouldn't have, except that yesterday morning I had to bring a baby goat, a kid, in here and finish cleaning it off right here by the furnace, trying desperately to warm it up because it was 3 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and it was cold. I thought it was dead, but it was moving, and uh, I it I think it's okay. But anyway, in the process, I finally figured, okay, for others, not so much for me, I better change my clothes because they finally started to stink. But yes, this is me. Um, you may hear my grandson up there singing a little bit. He's up already, and cats may fight over there. Things may go on. But anyway, I want to keep going. I want to get out of this in a way, out of this series of the state of the school, SOS. Uh, Maybe I'll leave it state of the school. Yeah, if I could get out of it sooner. I don't know. SOS. Um, there's just so much. And when I turned to the trades, that set off a discussion between Wayne Frost and me about what do you mean by the trades. And I went back into the archives of this channel, as I told you yesterday, and I found all this stuff, and I realized I can't really cover the trades. But for now, I've already covered so much of it. Basically, I can just say they're still there, they're out there, the tools are there, the places are there, they're waiting for a craftsman or a tradesman to show up and put them in order. Uh, uh, Now, I did mention my libraries. I think I might say that's the same thing. I've added to my libraries. They're there. There are a lot of them are behind me. I need to go through them and dust them off and sort them out and put them into new libraries, which I'm building out in the Gasthaus. Uh, and if it's kind of a goal for me, an ideal that every winter I go through all my books and dust them off and take a look at them. I've loaned quite a few of my treasures to my Amish friend Elam. I probably should begin to get some of them back because he's not trying to keep them, and give him some new ones. All right. The thing that struck me most about you. Oh, and another just little thing I want to mention. When I was talking about botany, I wanted to mention the television show PBS, The Victory Garden. Well, my mother was greatly influenced by that. It was in the 70s, I think. No, in the 80s on PBS, I think. And it was great. I mean, you can travel all over the world looking at all these gardens. I talked about the botanical gardens that I'd visited, but for those who have time or are indoors or just they'd rather be armchair gardeners or whatever, I don't know what to call what I'm doing. Pioneer, I guess. The Victory Garden, PBS. That I wanted to mention that. And I also this book is going to haunt me now for a while. I am going to come back to it. The We're Alive is what it's called. I'm still not ready to open it up and start reading it to you, but I do want to say more about that. But that's going to be the arts, which is coming up as well. I'm just trying to chart a way to the end of this series. And one of the trades I realized that I'm in greatly need of is organizing. Organizing as a trade. In a way, that huge fat book was an attempt at that when I was about 28. When I finally came here, and I had a trunk full of all my papers that I had from college and correspondence and the Peace Corps and all that stuff. And I had a friend, I'll tell you more about this later, and I had a friend that was working with me, and we consolidated all this stuff into that huge volume, of which there are 2 copies. But my online school, Frank's School, the YouTube channel, it really needs to be organized. And one of the things about what I've taught is it's timeless, most of it. I'll have more to say about that later too. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get out of date. Not the material that I'm dealing with, but it is so vast. I'm going to estimate 4,000 videos, or maybe more, that I have on there, and they're organized. And it's true that they're time stamped. I mean, when you go to a video, I think anyway, you can always find out, well, just when was this posted? And I've done that myself by year, and I've gone into playlists and I've organized them somewhat. But I really need, and I have a feeling it won't be this year, but hey, I tell you what, somebody else could do it. It's all there. And you could go back to the beginning and try to sort it out and make sense of all this stuff, because there is sense behind it, and it's continuing. But that is a trade, a skill that, well, I have it, but it would take time. And as I've been getting older, somewhere in about 3 years ago, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, I realized, Frank, you're running out of time. Your body is going to wear out, and you're not going to be able to do this stuff, and you're still doing it alone, mostly, after all this time. You better get at it while your body is still fit enough to do it. Your 80s, when you turn 80, as long as you live through the 80s, maybe then you can be sitting in a chair and at a computer and organize and look back at all the stuff you did. Oh, sorry about the soot on my forehead yesterday. I had been working on the furnace. I guess that's going to just be it for today.